Now in this video, I'm going to talk about how to bounce back, how to get back on your feet when you fresh out. Being that it's going to be hard as hell, being that usually when you get out of jail, you're starting from ground zero. So let's go. Now also, before I continue, let me put this disclaimer up. This is for people who don't plan on going back, meaning that if you already plan on getting back to whatever you was doing, then you're probably gonna go back again. So this video is probably not for you. Although whenever you don't want to go back, then you can take something from this video. So anyway, let's get it started. Now also, it also depends on your particular circumstance, meaning what are you trying to do. Okay, so let's say, do you have a place to go to? Is it a family member's home? Is it a female's home? Is it your own home? So all three of those circumstances, you're gonna have to wiggle a little different. So let's just say the first circumstance, you don't got nowhere to go. Usually you probably want to go to one of those sobriety in-home sober living homes. I know people who done did this route and actually done got their own spot pretty faster than the other routes. Of course, unless you already got your spot. So you might want to go that route. Now usually before you get out, you already have been notified, or you done already heard of places you can get out. Other people you done already seen, they already writing letters to these places trying to get accepted into these homes. Now, like I said, that all depends on what you're trying to do. Now, those homes usually ain't gonna have the freedom, but if you're trying to get on your feet, you can go that route, especially if you don't got no other options. So, like I said, even shelters, because when you're homeless, a lot of times, and it all depends on your county, and I'm in the state of California, so it really depends on your state and your county. But if you got to go that direction, I would definitely check, the listings in your local area to see what's up with that. Now, the second step or the second direction, meaning okay, you living with a female. Now this, okay, it's definitely pros and it's definitely cons to both. So now, usually you don't have to go, since you don't got to go to no shelter. You got the house, the roof over your head taken care of. Then you're gonna need some money, and this is the part where a lot of cats can get caught up at, being that you need money immediately to help pay them bills. A lot of cats, out of desperation, do frivolous moves. That's how I'm just gonna put it. And I've been a victim of that too. So I ain't speaking on nothing that I ain't been through, did, and still doing, because it's always a come. Even when I'm rich, even when I'm saying I'm down, and that's for a lot of reasons. But that's a different story. So anyway, you're gonna need money. Now, of course, you may or may not know, in this day and age, it's work out there, and I didn't rock with the apps. So the apps, like I said, I didn't been to jail in and out doing good. I didn't did it before. So it's a lot of apps out there y'all need to download. Matter of fact, I might put some in the description below on certain apps that I didn't actually use before to bounce back, because them apps is work and it take the cheat off you. And like I just mentioned before, you gotta take that cheat off you, because you start get desperate. That's when you're gonna move frivolous. So anyway, you do that, and also in the meantime, you probably want to get, like I said, the object is to be successful. So of course you don't want to work, but you're gonna have to do what you gotta do. So while you rocking on them apps, and it's all kind of different apps, and you got the flexibility, you need to be trying to improve your credit. Also, you need to be trying to get your own spot. So that's where another thing, the apps come into play, as well as even when you do get a permanent, consistent job, you're gonna need to show you make a certain amount of money on paper. And I done been through them hurdles before. I done actually had money but couldn't show how I was getting it on paper, even though I had money to cover the deposit and a few months, up to damn near 6 months ahead on the rent, and they still wasn't fucking with me. So that's how important you gotta have that money is on paper. I don't care what you're doing out here. And eventually you won't, it all depends, like I said, what direction you want to go. Whether you want to get your business, the whole LLC. And I know a little bit about everything. And I don't speak about nothing that, like I said, I ain't did or I ain't been through. And I done been through and did a whole lot of shit. I done did most shit that I've been through. But that's a story you're probably never going to hear about. So, but anyway, again, like I said, at this point, you really want to just be utilizing them apps. Now, if you got your own spot, it probably means you was already doing something, sort of stable, and you may just had a mishap and went to jail. So you probably need to keep doing what you doing, unless what you was doing got you wrapped up in the first place. But probably not too much so, because again, you was able to show you had something on paper, so you may be doing alright in that direction. You probably just need to improve or just change it on a personal level, and I can talk about that too as far as bouncing back. Man, like I said, we all got a story, man, and mine is more than a movie. But anyway, it's not about me, it's about y'all. But that's what I would do, like within my first few weeks of getting out, just to really get back on your feet. Of course, you need want some income coming in. That gay money ain't about to last at all. And of course, it all gonna depends on your circumstances, whether or not what direction you gonna go. Like again, like I said, whether you living to a female, you got children, then the demand for money is gonna be a lot higher versus if you by yourself, but you ain't got nowhere to go. Then you probably gonna wanna have to go to a shelter or try to get in one of them in-home sober living homes. And a lot of people don't like that because you don't got no freedom and you'd rather be on the street. But then if you're on the street, you usually gonna be out here hustling, doing something, because you don't need money. Unfortunately, that's the society we live in. And whether, depending on how you look at it, but fuck all the semantics. This ain't a political video. This is just basically a quick how to bounce back video for cats out there that's just really trying to change their direction and do something good. Not even necessarily good, just handle like business, man, and get on their feet. So you ain't gotta be out here taking too many of these chances. End up going back forever, ever, or getting shot out here. Because if you try to take mine, that's probably gonna happen. What's gonna happen to you? But it ain't about all that. But me, like millions of other people, I'm definitely gonna exercise my Second Amendment right and my right to self-defense. But scratch all that, y'all. Go ahead, man. BadNewsBrown breaking this shit down real quick one time. Once again, another freestyle. Y'all go ahead and subscribe. Man, stay tuned. I'll be back at y'all again. Peace.